mail. And I would say it was split about 50-50. Half the people said, boy, it's really terrific you're having him on. I really like him. And the other half said, how can you have such a sleazeball like that on the show?
Really? Oh, a lot of mail from my ex-wives.
What is it about you that polarizes people like that?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And it does. I'm a lightning rod. It's a good question, Scott. I'm not sure I can answer it. Except this time around, and this is a new Gary Dee, I'm having a lot of fun, a lot more fun now, because I don't take it seriously. Someone once said life is too serious to be taken seriously anyway. But what it is, we've got to be able to laugh at ourselves and what we do and whatever. And I'm sure I say things that are offensive to many people, but it's honestly and truthfully how I feel at that particular moment. And then I don't do anything with malice. I'll say something and then later on I'll completely apologize to the individual or whatever. That's not answering your question, but it's unusual.
If you would like to talk to Gary Dee, our number is 578-0707. This time you have a chance to talk to him as well as see what he's saying, which is something different.
You know, I would like to say this. Maybe we'll get a better understanding of what Gary Dee is all about and the industry of talk radio, because Eric Bogosian, who went to Oberlin College, Scott, wrote a play called Talk Radio, and they're making it into a movie now called Talk Radio that's coming out, and I was on Entertainment Tonight.
Gary, we'll talk about that.
Will
we? We're going to take a break. We'll be back with Gary Dee.
And you're going to sing. Right. Yay,
yay. Don't go away. We'll be right back with the bad boy of Cleveland radio. That skinny little boy.
Welcome. Thank you much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, you've been doing something over the holidays, haven't you? Yeah, I hope it was a good one for you. When you turn on 3WE between 10 and 2, you probably hear Right On Yo Mama. Let's welcome Gary Dee.
Well, good morning. Good morning.
Where did that come from, anyway?
It was developed from the audience, and then I turned it around. It's a saying, a street slang word. And I named a new party boat that I just purchased that name, Yo Mama. And so, whatever.
Well, let's talk about the boat situation. What happened, anyway?
Yeah, I had a beautiful 26-foot Lime in 1970, before many of you were born. An old wood boat, handcrafted in Sandusky, Ohio. And bought it in Massachusetts and came back. And I made the misfortune of doing a show about Drug Island in East Lake, about the police, and about Mayor Morris Becker. That night the boat was burned. It was torched.
Did you ever find who did it?
I have my suspicions, but no proof. No, I don't. I don't really have any idea.
And you don't want to say who your suspicions are, right now?
No, but it... Scott, you did not do it. Well,
Thank you very much, Gary. I did not do it. You're right, I didn't. Our number, 578-0707. I quite frankly would like to hear what the folks at home have to ask you, so why don't we go to the telephone right now. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's your question?
Well, my question is that when I was 7 years old, I remember my grandfather taking me down to 93rd and Kinsman. And I remember when Gary Dee laid in the middle of the street, and I thought that he was real crazy. But I also remember that right after that, they put up a whole new bridge, widened it up, and made it very safe for us to travel back and forth across it in the black community. And I just like to thank him for that.
God bless you.
If he can lay in the street a couple of more times, a couple of these other
boom, boom, boom. Well, thank you very, very much. God bless you. People remember, you know, whatever, but remember we got a new Kinsman Bridge. We have a reduction in council. It used to be 33, it's down to 22 now. And some other things, the ghetto, cleanup, Huff, and this, that, and the other, were issues that I started and carried through in the 70s. Now I'm dealing, like today, we've got the mayor of East Cleveland, Mayor Pittman, and we're going to crack down on crack. That's their biggest problem in America today. It affects every family. I have one boy from my first family, unfortunately, on crack. And God bless him, I heard from him through his mama yesterday. And we're going to get him into detox and rehab and say a prayer and go from there.
I hope it works.
And I heard from all 5 of my children yesterday. They're all well, they're all broke, they all want money. So it was a good Christmas.
Speaking of which, hey, you've returned to Cleveland. You were out in, geez, I don't know, we were Washington. I could name probably a list of 10 cities. How has coming back for you been successful?
Yes, dramatically so. Cleveland, God bless you. I want to thank everyone here in this area that listened to Gary Dee and gave me a second chance. And I'm really, it's fun to come back to Cleveland, which is my hometown, and to do as well, if not better, than I did before. And of course, I've grown a lot. If you don't grow, you die, or you know.
Have you mellowed out any at all?
Well, to mellow means to. No, I think I'm even more. I'm focused in better. I know when to act and react. Used to, I'd like a loose cannon. Now, some things that used to bother me don't bother me. I've got sort of the grace to know what to go after. Now, I pick and choose better, make better choices.
Let's take a phone call for you. Hi, you're on with Gary Dee.
Hi, Gary. This is Mrs. Lewis from the Senior Citizen High Rise on 30th Street.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Oh, God bless you. Just fine. How are you this morning?
Fine, and I want to thank you in behalf of our senior citizens from the Bing Center for what you've done for us at Christmas.
Well,
and we
don't
would
tell
like
anybody.
To wish you the prosperous new year, and to let the audience know that if they ever need a friend, Gary Dee is their friend all the way.
God bless you. God bless you. Well, thank you. Thank you very, very much.
That is terrific.
You know, and this time around, you know, you, Scott, and any of us in this industry, automatically by having a job in our profession, gives us a responsibility back to the community to do good. And you've done it. Channel 3 has done a magnificent job over the years. And this time around, Gary Dee was a bad boy before. Never give a darn about charity, people, homeless, pregnant mothers, dropout rate. I'm concerned about these things now, whereas before I wasn't.
And you are trying to help out Vietnam vets with this particular tape right here, and I wanted to show that. It is a tape, the best of Gary Dee. What's on this, Gary?
The worst of Gary Dee is on them, as some people would say. But it's bits and pieces of what I've done over the last year on 3WE radio, Scott. And some of it is very humorous. Some of it is outrageous. Some of it is terrible. But it's $10, and all proceeds go to veterans assisting veterans and for listeners helping listeners, and local.
Gary, we appreciate you stopping by the day after Christmas. You will, yes, sir.
I just wanted to say one thing to you, Scott, and to the management here of Channel 3. You're the most courageous TV station in Cleveland. I want you listeners to know it, because the other two channels wouldn't have Gary Dee on. That's their loss. This is Scott Newell's and Channel 3's gain. God bless you, Scott, and thank you here, everyone at Channel 3.
Thank you, Gary. That's nice of you to say. I need to listen to Gary Dee 10 to 2 on 3WE, 1100 AM. We'll be right back with Alex Bevins.